My beloved child, pause for a moment and let the noise of the world around you settle into silence. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, release the tension you have been carrying in your shoulders, the worry that has been knitting your brow, and the hurried pace of your thoughts. You are reading these words on this specific day, Saturday, November 22nd, not by the randomness of an algorithm and not by sheer coincidence. You are here because I have called you here. I have guided your eyes, your fingers, and your time to this exact moment, because there is a conversation we must have, one that your spirit has been starving for, even if your mind has been too distracted to name the hunger. I see you. I do not just see the version of you that you present to the world, the one who smiles when asked, how you are the one who carries responsibilities, without complaining, the one who tries to be the strong pillar for everyone else. I see the you that exists when the doors are closed. I see the you that stares at the ceiling in the quiet hours of the night, wondering if your prayers are merely bouncing off the plaster and dissolving into nothingness. I know the weight that has been sitting on your heart, a weight so familiar now that you have almost accepted it as a permanent part of your anatomy. You have asked yourself quietly, is this it? Is this all there is? Am I destined to always struggle, always almost make it, always watch others step into their joy while I stay behind in the shadows? I tell you now with the tenderness of a father who knows every hair on your head and every scar on your soul, you are not forgotten, you are not invisible, and you are certainly not abandoned. You have come to this message at a critical juncture. Your soul is tired of being disappointed. You are suffering from a fatigue that sleep cannot fix because it is not your body that is exhausted. It is your hope. You have hoped so many times, believed so many times, and looked for the horizon so many times, only to see the sky turn gray again. You have told yourself, maybe I should stop expecting good things. Maybe if I lower my expectations, I won't get hurt. Yet, even as you think those thoughts, there is a small, stubborn flame inside you that refuses to be extinguished. That flame is me. That is my breath inside you, refusing to let you settle for a life that is smaller than the one I dreamed for you. That is why you are here. That is why on this Saturday I have sent help. I want you to know that the messenger angel Gabriel stands beside you in the unseen realm at this very moment. Unlike the battles you have fought alone, you are now accompanied by the great announcer of heaven, the same messenger who brought news of impossible births and world-changing shifts. Gabriel does not come to merely watch. He comes to announce. He is standing as a symbol of my revelation and my protection surrounding your life. He is here to bring clarity to the confusion that has clouded your mind. When you feel like life is too tangled to understand, when your thoughts become a chaotic storm, I send help in ways you do not always see. My child, the next few minutes you spend reading this are not just passing time. They are a spiritual threshold. I am not promising you a magic trick or a fleeting spark of luck. I am inviting you into a shift so deep inside your spirit that the trajectory of your life can finally begin to bend toward the light. The real change, the one you never imagined, does not start with money falling from the sky or a sudden change in your address. It starts with a change in who you are becoming in my presence. You have been told that good things come to those who wait, and you have waited. Lord knows you have waited. You have waited through tears, through grit, through seasons where you felt like you were walking through mud. You saw people who were less kind, less faithful, and less integrity-filled than you seemed to bypass you and step into easy success. You asked, why not me? Why am I the one who has to fight for every inch of ground? Hear me, you were not left behind. You were being built. There were doors that did not open for you, not because you were unworthy, but because they were too small for the magnitude of what I have placed inside you. There were relationships that fell apart, people who walked away, and connections that dissolved not because you were unlovable, but because those people did not have the spiritual capacity to carry the weight of your destiny. If they had stayed, they would have capped your growth. If that door had opened, it would have led to a room where you would have suffocated. I allowed the rejection to protect your future. I allowed the delay to strengthen your foundation. I was ensuring that when I finally build the structure of blessing in your life, it will not collapse under the pressure of the heights I intend to take you to. Today, as you sit with this message, I am touching the places in your heart where disappointment has calcified into cynicism. I am touching the memories you do not like to revisit, the betrayals that took your breath away, the failures that made you question your worth, the nights you felt completely alone in a crowded room. I know the anger you sometimes feel toward me but are too afraid to express. I know the confusion when you whisper, "If you love me, why is it so hard?" Let us have honesty between us. Just because the road was painful does not mean I wasn't walking it with you. Just because the storm raged does not mean I wasn't in the boat. Just because your blessings were delayed does not mean they have been denied. There are packages with your name on them that are currently in transit, blessings that could not be delivered while your hands were still clutching onto the wrong things, the wrong people, and the wrong narratives about yourself. The messenger angel Gabriel, in the language of your soul, represents the good news that is breaking through the static of your fear. The moments you are spending here are a signal that your time of remaining stuck in the same mental loop is ending. What you never imagined receiving starts as something you never imagined believing about yourself. You have believed that it is too late for you. You have believed that your age, your bank account, your appearance, your family background, your past mistakes, or your current crisis have disqualified you from a beautiful life. I, the author of your story, tell you the opposite. What you consider disqualifying is exactly where my grace wants to shine the brightest. You look at your life and see missing pieces. I look at your life and see space for me to work. You see time lost. I see wisdom gained. You see brokenness. I see the opening through which my light can enter. When you say, I am not enough, I answer, you are my creation, and I do not make mistakes. You do not need to chase the approval of people who cannot even approve of themselves. You do not need to beg anyone to see your worth. I saw your worth before the foundations of the earth were laid. I saw your worth when I knit you together. Today, on November 22nd, I am inviting you into a sacred agreement. I am asking you to agree with me that you will no longer throw away your own heart for people who treat it like a convenience. I am asking you to agree that you will no longer diminish your gifts because you are afraid others will be intimidated by your light. I am asking you to agree that you will no longer keep your dreams locked in the basement of your soul because you are terrified of failing. Failure is an event, not an identity. Struggle is a season, not a destination. Your identity is beloved. Your identity is chosen. Your identity is redeemed. Even if the world never gives you the applause you desire, I give you something higher: purpose, peace, and alignment. Do you remember the seasons when you called for help and the phone didn't ring? Do you remember the hours when your mind was a battlefield of heavy, dark thoughts, and you wondered if life was worth continuing? I was there. I was the strength that kept you breathing. I was the reason you put your feet on the floor the next morning. You did not realize that your quiet choice to stay alive, to keep going, was one of the bravest acts of faith you have ever performed. Spiritual forces of darkness planned to use that pain to destroy you, to silence your song forever. But I protected you. I placed a hedge around your mind that could not be breached. The messenger angel Gabriel, standing near you, is the sign that the message has been sent and received. Your battles are not being fought alone. My child, the luck you worry about losing is a myth. You do not live under the law of luck. You live under the law of grace. Luck is a roll of the dice. Grace is a guarantee of my character. When you stop agreeing with the voices that say you are nothing, you step into the flow of that grace. When you demand that negative thoughts stop defining your reality, you step out of the shadows. So when I say to you, do not skip, do not ignore, understand this deeply. I am not threatening you with bad luck. I am inviting you to stop skipping yourself. Do not skip your own healing. Do not ignore the gentle tug of your own soul calling you higher. Do not scroll past your own destiny because you are too busy distracting yourself from your pain. You are not being threatened. You are being summoned to the table of abundance. What you never imagined receiving is not just money or fame. Although I own the cattle on 1,000 hills and can provide for you in an instant, I want to give you something better first. You never imagined living with a peace that doesn't collapse when the news is bad. You never imagined looking in the mirror and genuinely loving the person staring back at you. You never imagined waking up without that heavy knot of anxiety in your stomach. You never imagined having relationships that are safe, reciprocal, and free of drama. You never imagined feeling excited about tomorrow instead of dreading it. I tell you, these things are not fantasies. They are the inheritance I have prepared for you. I am gently placing my hand on the wounds you hide from everyone else. The shame you carry from choices you made in survival mode, I see it, and I wash it away. The secrets you feel are too dirty to share, I see them, and I cover them with mercy. The times you compromised your values because you just wanted to be loved, I remember them, and I do not condemn you. I am the God who restores. I am the God who says, even here, in this mess, I can build a miracle. You have asked me why certain people betrayed you. You have cried over those who slandered your name, those who took your kindness and repaid it with cruelty. Listen to me. Loving deeply is not your weakness. It is your superpower. Your mistake was not that you loved. It was that you poured water onto concrete and expected a garden to grow. You were trying to heal people who did not want to be healed. I am not angry with you for that. But now I am leading you into a season of discernment. I am teaching you how to guard your heart without turning it into stone. There are blessings reserved for the version of you that knows your own value. There are doors that will only open when you stop shrinking yourself to make insecure people feel comfortable. There are opportunities that will only manifest when you stop saying, I am not ready, and start saying with God, I am able. Stagnation has hurt you long enough. You cannot walk into the new chapter one have written while clinging desperately to the old pages I have turned. So I speak to your mind now. The spirit of fear that tells you to expect disappointment is a liar. The voice that says nothing good lasts for you is a liar. The whisper that says you are cursed is a liar. I am the voice of truth. I say I am not done with you. I say better is not just possible. It is prepared. I say there is a future worth walking toward. Gabriel the messenger stands as a reminder that heaven is active on your behalf. You have angelic support. But that support meets you in motion. It meets you when you take a step, even a trembling one, toward your healing. When you decide, I will not abandon myself anymore, all of heaven rallies behind you. When you decide, I will stop returning to the things that broke me, the atmosphere shifts. What you never imagined receiving begins with what you never imagined choosing. Choose yourself. Choose growth. Choose faith. You fear that if you don't cling to this message, something bad will happen. Do not live in fear of punishment. I want you to live in the awe of being loved. When you ignore the call to growth, you don't lose me, but you delay your own peace. You stay planted in soil that has no nutrients left. It is time to transplant your life into the rich soil of my promises. You have talents you have buried. You have ideas you have dismissed. You have a calling you have run from. You tell yourself you aren't smart enough, educated enough, or lucky enough. I say you are chosen. You don't need the whole map. You just need the courage to take the next step. I am preparing connections for you that will honor who you are becoming. I am removing the people who laughed at your dreams so they cannot sabotage your harvest. I did not create you to be a background character in your own life. I created you to walk in authority. My child, I know you are exhausted. I know you have been running on autopilot, feeling numb just to get through the day. I do not blame you for your survival mechanisms, but I want to restore your feeling. I want to bring you back to life slowly, gently, consistently. The miracle you never expected might not look like fireworks. It might look like a quiet, steady sunrise. It might look like the gradual return of your laughter. As your inner world shifts, your outer world will follow. Where you once said, I only attract pain, you will begin to say, I attract peace and genuine love. Where you once said, I am always left out, you will begin to say, I belong to God, and that is enough. Where you once said, nothing good stays, you will begin to say, my blessings have roots and they will endure. Do not think your story is over. This page, this Saturday, November 22nd, is not the end. It is a pivot point. There are scenes of joy you haven't lived yet. There are places your feet haven't touched yet. There are people you haven't met yet who will love you fiercely and loyally. There are moments of provision where I will show off in your life just to see you smile. For now, breathe. Feel the air in your lungs. That is my gift to you. That breath is proof that you still have purpose. Even if everything feels tight and restricted, my spirit is not restricted. I can give you an idea in the shower that changes your career. I can have you bump into a stranger who changes your destiny. I can heal a relationship you thought was dead. but I respect your free will. I invite, I do not force. So let this be your agreement with me. You will no longer talk about yourself as if you are trash. You will no longer treat your heart as a burden. You will no longer act as if I am powerless. Bring your fear to me. Bring your doubt. We can work with that. Even with a trembling heart, you can move forward. The messenger angel Gabriel has brought this word to you because the timing is right. The 5 minutes you spend reflecting on this are minutes where you are realigning your compass to true north. You're tuning out the static of the world and tuning into the frequency of heaven. In the unseen realm, the countdown to your new season has begun. Not a countdown of doom, but a countdown to launch. You have been standing at the edge of change without realizing it. You are closer than you think. Do not limit my power to your imagination. You imagine small changes because you are used to crumbs. I am the God of the feast. I can take your too late and turn it into right on time. I can take your I lost everything and turn it into I gained something better. You think I ignored your prayers about your finances, your family, your health, but I was not ignoring. I was arranging. I was aligning resources. I was waiting until you were strong enough to handle the weight of the blessing so it wouldn't crush you. Today, Gabriel cuts the invisible cords that have tied you to the past. He is closing the doors to the rooms where you were abused, used, and ignored. He is standing at the threshold of your tomorrow, sword drawn against the enemy, saying, "They shall not pass." This child is under new management. You are not replaceable. There is a role only you can play. You may feel hidden, but you are a seed, not a corpse. You are about to break through the soil. So I say to you again, do not ignore this invitation. Not because of superstition, but because you deserve to be free. You deserve to know how deeply you are loved. You deserve to see what happens when you finally trust that I am good and that I am for you. Receive my love. Receive my comfort. Receive the truth that better days are not a myth, they are your destination. The messenger angel Gabriel remains by your side. The message has been delivered. The shift has begun. The rest is up to you. Walk forward with a quiet, deep confidence. Let this day, November 22nd, be the day you finally believe that you are who I say you are. I am with you. I will be with you in the next minute, the next hour, and forever. You are my child, and your story is just getting to the good part. I am closer to you right now than the breath in your lungs. You are not reading this by accident. You are reading this because it is time. Receive it, and watch what I do